Hi everyone, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. Today we're on day 3 out of 10 days of alternative medicine education sprints. Yay! Today I'm hosting a very dear friend. Her name is Sharon, and she is a Theta Healing teacher and master. She has been through many major changes in her life until she decided to settle down in Georgia. Now, her main focus is to help people move through changes in their lives using Theta Healing. Welcome, Sharon. Thank you for joining me. I'm
Hi.
very honored to have you here. So, tell me a little bit about what Theta Healing is and how can it help people move through changes in their lives.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here. Theta Healing is a way to connect to your subconscious and change the things that you don't like in there. So, what we usually do is just we're starting with finding what the change that you want to do in your life, and we are going into the subconscious and finding out why do we even have it in the first place in our life? Because everything is here for a reason. It's
Mhm.
just the subconscious logic is totally different than the logic that we know.
That's true.
So yeah, so the important thing is to understand that everything that feels like logic to us, you should put it down aside and start thinking about the subconscious logic. And when you do that and you connect to that point and you can change that, you can have wonderful results in your life because things are changing and our reality is changing.
Mhm.
Uh, and it happens all the time when we just need to help ourselves to do it to the right way, to the way we want to go.
Yes, and I have done a session with you and it was pretty amazing because you're using other tools that you know through this session, Theta Healing session. So, what other tools do you use in that?
So I did lots of courses in my life. I learned so many things, and eventually I bring everything into the session. But the most uh, common things that I do in the session is accepted healing is family constellation.
Mhm.
Uh, this is usually talks about the genetics belief that we have in our system, and that means that these are the beliefs that we heritage from our ancestors. I mean, it can be our parents, but it can be much older.
Mhm.
And there are so many things that we just have from back then, and it's not actually ours. I mean, we took something that fathered our father or our grandfather or our grandmother, and we took it with us into our lives, and we live it all the time. We relive it all the time.
Beliefs that are kind of stuck in our subconscious that we're not aware of them and we act by them even though it's not ours, we don't believe in it, we don't necessarily believe in it.
Well, sometimes you can see that the same belief. In Theta Healing, we are have four categories for the belief systems. So one of it is the basic. It's the things that happened in our life now uh, since we were born, and the other one is the genetic belief system.
Mm,
And sometimes there are beliefs that are in the genetic system, but we don't believe in this in our core system,
mhm,
and that means that we usually don't really need those systems,
mhm.
and it still affects our life. And then you realize that wow, I'm doing exactly what my mom used to do. And when I'm thinking about it, this is exactly what my grandma used to do. And, it's going on and on and on. And those are the things that we can change. And the family constellation does a great job in those kinds of beliefs.
Huh, that's very interesting. So, tell me like the top 3 things that people come to you with to try to change or go for a change or move for a change.
So that sounds like a very easy question, but it's not, because people are coming with all kinds of stuff. I think that the first thing that people are coming with is anxiety, and people are afraid of from all kinds of stuff. And when it bothers them with their lives, there is not enough places to go and fix it. So they're coming to places like Theta Healing, and that's a great place to come, because it's usually, not always, you can never assure anything, but
Yeah.
it's usually really easy to change those beliefs and those fears in our system, and go into a normal life. If people are afraid of heights or afraid of closed places or whatever they're afraid of.
Afraid of commitment in a relationship.
One,
Afraid of the commitment in a relationship.
actually, this is the second topic that people are coming, the relationships. I think I'm always thinking, I don't know if it's because I think it's because that this is where I started. I started with looking for my soulmate, and I actually made a list with all the things that I wanted in my soulmate, and I got it exactly what I wanted.
That's
And
amazing.
exactly what I still have this list somewhere in my things. And when you're studying a relationship, you always have these arguments, and you say, what is that, like this or like that? And I always told myself, you didn't write that on the list. I mean, it wasn't important enough to write it on the list, so it's okay, you should handle it now. And yeah, so one of the things you can learn from that is always think what you wish for.
Yeah.
But I think lots of people are coming about relationship, lots of people that don't have relationships and wants to go into, and lots of people that in a relationship and wants to fix them.
Yeah. That's a pretty powerful tool that not many people are aware of, because when we think about relationships, we think about psychologists or relationship therapists. And that's the only way or the only place we can go to try to fix a relationship, counselors. But when you think about it from that perspective, all kinds of beliefs in our subconscious, things that are stuck in our life, that's a great place to start as well. I like it. So thanks for sharing that. Tell us maybe one amazing healing story in the recent past.
So I won't tell one story, because when people are coming to me, I promise them confidentiality. So I don't want to tell the details, but I can tell a story that I built from several stories that came together. So recently, lots of people felt all these fears and anxiety are going up with all this Corona time that we all got.
Yeah.
And people are coming and asking help because they're inside the house. They feel like they're like in jail because they can't leave and they can't do anything. And there was a woman that came to me and said, "Oh, I can't do anything. I can't work and do houseworks or be with my kids or with my husband. I feel that I can do anything." So we went into a subconscious. We tried to figure out what's in there, and we got into a childhood when her father was mad at her about something. It doesn't matter why, and he told her, "Go to your room." And for her subconscious, this was a really big deal. I mean, for most of the people, go to your room, it's not a big deal, but for her it was. And it was like some kind of trauma inside of her that she took with her during her whole life. And this situation just brought it up. And as we worked on the trauma and healed it and helped her to overcome it, and she felt really relaxed. And when we went into the next day after, sometimes it takes people a night or two to realized all the changes we made. And she said, "Okay, I'm okay now. I'm still afraid about what will happen, and I'm still afraid that I don't know when we'll be able to go out of the house, but I can do stuff."
Hmm.
So that was pretty amazing.
Yeah, I think so. In like one session, it
Yes,
just released all those fears. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, I
yes.
think so.
Sometimes it can be one session. That's amazing, but
Huh.
not always. I can never know in advance.
Yeah, and it's kind of maybe like layers sometimes, isn't it? Like
Yes,
that the first session you peel one layer, but then the next session you're gonna need to peel another one until you get a
exactly.
complete.
We we are, we can see a change in every session, but sometimes it's a small change comparing to the goal that you want to change in your life.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a change every session, but sometimes it's not enough.
Okay. That's really good to hear. Now you do your sessions online as well, right? So during this Corona time, we can still contact you and we're doing those sessions online, right?
Yes, actually, because I'm living in Georgia and most of my clients are from New York and from Israel, from the places I used to live before I came to Georgia. I used to do session online, so I'm doing this for 4 or 5 years now. So I
Mhm.
knew Zoom before the Corona times, and that's how it works most of the time. And and I like it. I mean, at the beginning, I didn't like it at all, and I thought that if you meet someone in person, it's better. But I've learned to take advantage of the screen and the thing that the camera is focused on the faces that I see, and
Mhm.
there's always this moment that you can see the change. You can actually see that on the face of the person in front of you.
Oh my God, that's pretty
Yeah,
amazing. Huh.
it's
Cool.
amazing.
Good to hear that. So is there anything else you'd like to share with us before we wrap up this session?
Well, just that I will be happy to hear about new people that I can help them and help them to change their lives, because I think that this is the most important thing to change our lives in the way we want it to, because they're changing all the time, even if we don't want it. So
That's wonderful. Yes. Okay. So I wanted to thank you very much for joining me today. And
thank
thanks
you.
for all your insights. And I will talk to you soon.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.